Researchers studying cognitive aging in Japan noticed something that took them decades to explain. Japanese women over 65 consistently showed higher NAD+ levels in their blood than Western women of the same age, despite no significant differences in supplement use, exercise, or sleep patterns. The difference was on their plate. Specifically, 3 foods eaten as part of ordinary daily Japanese meals, not health foods, not superfoods marketed in capsules, that happen to contain the highest known dietary concentrations of NMN of any foods on Earth. NMN, the compound your brain converts directly into NAD+, the fuel that powers memory formation, overnight repair, and cognitive sharpness, is sitting in foods that Japanese women have been eating casually for centuries. And Western women are almost entirely missing them. Today, I am walking you through exactly what those foods are, what they do specifically to memory, not just general brain health, but the hippocampal mechanisms that determine whether names, faces, and recent events stick, and how to incorporate them in a daily pattern that Japanese women use without ever thinking of it as a health protocol. Stay until the end, because Section 5 has the combined protocol that delivers meaningful NMN from food alone. No supplements required. Subscribe for more brain health tips. Let us get into it. The first thing to understand: Japanese women over 65 have measurably higher NAD+ levels than their Western counterparts, and the advantage comes entirely from what they eat, not what they supplement. A 2020 comparative study from Keio University measured NAD+ metabolite levels in blood samples from women over 65 in Japan and the United States. Japanese women showed consistently higher levels of NMN and its NAD+ metabolites, not because of supplement use, which was comparable between the two groups, but because of dietary NMN intake from foods that are staples of Japanese cuisine and largely absent from the standard Western diet. This matters specifically for memory because NAD+ does not act uniformly across all brain regions. The hippocampus, the brain's memory formation and retrieval center, is both the most NAD+ dependent region of the brain and the first region to show NAD+ depletion with age. When the hippocampus runs low on NAD+, the specific processes that allow new memories to form and old memories to be retrieved become compromised. The brain fog, the name forgetting, the inability to remember what you did yesterday, these are primarily hippocampal NAD+ problems. NMN from dietary sources enters the bloodstream and crosses into brain tissue with notable efficiency. A 2019 study from Washington University found that orally consumed NMN was detectable in brain tissue within 15 minutes of ingestion, and that the hippocampus showed preferential NMN uptake compared to other brain regions. The hippocampus, it appears, is particularly hungry for NMN. The 3 foods that account for most of the Japanese dietary NMN advantage are not exotic. They are not expensive. They are not difficult to prepare. 2 of them are available in every supermarket in the world. One is so common in Japanese cuisine that most people have eaten it without ever knowing what it was doing for their brain. Here are all 3, starting with the one that surprised researchers the most. The first food that mapped dietary NMN sources: edamame. The steamed soybeans served in pods that most people associate with Japanese restaurants and sports bars. Edamame, immature soybeans harvested before they fully ripen, contain the highest known concentration of NMN of any commonly consumed food. A 100-gram serving of edamame provides approximately 1.88 milligrams of NMN. a meaningful dose that contributes significantly to the daily dietary NMN intake that researchers have now linked to higher blood NAD+ levels. To put that in context, the NMN supplements we discussed in our previous video typically provide 250 to 500 milligrams of NMN per dose. Edamame provides approximately 1.88 milligrams per 100 grams. These are different scales, but the critical difference is bioavailability and consistency. NMN from food matrix, absorbed alongside the other compounds in whole food, enters the bloodstream through different pathways than isolated supplemental NMN and accumulates in tissue with different kinetics. Consistent daily food-based NMN over years and decades produces a different biological pattern than intermittent high-dose supplementation. In Japan, edamame is eaten as a casual, everyday snack, salted, steamed in pods, eaten by pulling the beans out with the teeth. Not as a health intervention, not as a supplement strategy, just as something pleasant to eat while watching television or before a meal. This casual daily consistency is precisely what produces the blood NMN levels that researchers measured as higher in Japanese women. A 2021 study from Tottori University specifically identified edamame as the primary contributor to dietary NMN intake in a cohort of Japanese adults, and found that frequency of edamame consumption correlated directly with NAD+ metabolite levels in blood. How to eat it? Buy frozen edamame pods from any supermarket. They are available everywhere. Steam or microwave from frozen in 4 minutes. Salt lightly. Eat the beans from the pods as a daily snack or side dish. 100-gram serving daily. The preparation method matters. Boiling in water leaches NMN from the beans into the water and reduces the dose significantly. Steam or microwave only. The second and third foods, 2 vegetables so ordinary that most people overlook them entirely as brain health foods: broccoli and cucumber. Broccoli contains approximately 0.25 to 1.12 milligrams of NMN per 100 grams, a meaningful dietary source, particularly given how frequently it appears in Japanese cuisine. In Japanese cooking, broccoli is rarely boiled. It is steamed briefly, stir-fried quickly at high heat, or blanched and served cold as a salad component. This matters enormously for NMN content. Prolonged boiling degrades NMN rapidly. The Japanese preparation habit of cooking broccoli minimally and quickly preserves the NMN content that Western preparation methods frequently destroy. Cucumber is the more surprising entry on this list. It contains approximately 0.56 milligrams of NMN per 100 grams, higher than broccoli per gram, and is consumed in Japan in quantities that most Western women would find unusual. Cucumber appears in Japanese meals at almost every occasion, sliced thinly in salads, pickled as tsukemono, served alongside rice, added to cold noodle dishes. The cumulative daily intake of cucumber across the Japanese diet is significantly higher than in most Western countries. The combination of edamame, broccoli, and cucumber, eaten daily in moderate quantities, provides an NMN intake from food that partially compensates for the natural NAD+ decline of aging. Not fully, not dramatically, but consistently over years, in a way that the Keio University research suggests is measurably reflected in blood NAD+ levels. A 2022 study published in the journal NPJ Science of Food specifically mapped NMN content across commonly consumed vegetables and found that broccoli, edamame, and cucumber were among the top 5 highest NMN-containing foods in the human diet. and that preparation method was the single biggest determinant of how much NMN survived from raw ingredient to the plate. How to eat them. Broccoli. Steam for 3 to 4 minutes maximum, or stir-fry briefly. Never boil. Cucumber. Eat raw, sliced, daily. A few slices with any meal. No cooking required. NMN in cucumber is fully preserved in its raw state. The fourth thing, and this is where the Japanese NMN advantage connects directly to the specific kind of memory loss that most women over 60 experience and find most distressing. The NMN hippocampus memory connection. Forgetting names, losing the thread of a conversation, walking into a room and having no idea why, being unable to recall what you did yesterday afternoon, even when prompted. These are not general cognitive decline symptoms. They are hippocampal-specific symptoms, and the hippocampus, as we established in Section 1, is the brain region most hungry for NMN and most vulnerable to NAD+ depletion. Here is the specific mechanism. In the hippocampus, NAD+ is required for the activation of SIRT1, the longevity protein that regulates the expression of genes involved in synaptic plasticity. Synaptic plasticity is the brain's ability to strengthen the connections between neurons that a memory passes through, and it is the fundamental biological process that determines whether an experience becomes a lasting memory or fades within hours. When NAD+ is depleted in the hippocampus and SIRT1 activity falls, synaptic plasticity is impaired. New experiences pass through the hippocampus, but the synaptic connections they activate do not strengthen adequately. The memory is formed weakly. It is retrieved with difficulty. It fades faster. This is the biological story behind the name forgetting and the yesterday forgetting that most women over 60 experience and attribute simply to age. NMN, whether from food or from supplementation, restores hippocampal NAD+ levels and reactivates SIRT1-mediated synaptic plasticity. A 2020 study from the University of New South Wales found that NMN supplementation in older mice restored hippocampal SIRT1 activity to levels comparable to young mice, and that this restoration produced measurable improvements in spatial memory and associative memory tasks within 4 weeks. The foods we have discussed, edamame, broccoli, cucumber, are providing this hippocampal NMN support through consistent daily intake. Not dramatically, not overnight, but consistently, in the way that decades of regular dietary patterns build measurable biological differences between populations. The fifth thing, the combined daily protocol that delivers meaningful dietary NMN in a pattern that mirrors how Japanese women eat, and that you can begin today without changing your entire diet. The protocol is simpler than it sounds. 3 foods, specific preparation, daily consistency. That is everything. Edamame, 100 grams daily. Steamed or microwaved from frozen, never boiled. Eaten as a snack between meals or as a side dish with lunch or dinner. In Japan, this is often the early evening snack while preparing dinner. 5 minutes to prepare, eaten warm from the pod. This single addition provides approximately 1.88 milligrams of dietary NMN per day. Broccoli, 80 to 100 grams daily. Steamed 3 to 4 minutes maximum, or stir-fried briefly in a little olive oil with garlic. Served as a side at lunch or dinner, never boiled. This adds approximately 0.5 to 1 milligram of NMN depending on freshness and preparation. Fresher broccoli contains more NMN. Frozen broccoli has typically lost a significant proportion through blanching during processing. Cucumber, 50 to 80 grams daily. Raw, sliced thinly with any meal, added to salads, or eaten as a mid-morning snack with a little rice vinegar and sesame, the Japanese way. This adds approximately 0.3 to 0.5 milligrams of NMN. No preparation required beyond slicing. Together, this 3-food daily protocol provides approximately 2.5 to 3.5 milligrams of dietary NMN per day. This is not equivalent to the 500 milligram supplemental dose we discussed in our NMN video, but it is consistent, bioavailable, cumulative, and free of any supplementation cost. And for women who choose to add NMN powder on top of this food protocol, the food-based NMN appears to enhance the bioavailability of supplemental NMN, producing a combined effect greater than either alone. The Japanese lesson, above all others, is the power of daily consistency over dramatic intervention. None of these 3 foods will transform your memory overnight. All teachers eaten every day for months and years, builds the NAD+ foundation that keeps the hippocampus functioning at the level your memory depends on. 3 foods. Daily. The Japanese pattern that produces measurably higher NAD+ levels and measurably sharper memory in women over 65. Together, they provide the daily dietary NMN that Japanese women have been consuming without thinking about it for generations. Japanese women did not set out to protect their memory with a supplement protocol. They'd ate the same foods every day. That consistency, compounded over decades, is the entire secret. Subscribe for new brain health videos. Leave a comment. Which of these 3 foods are you adding to your diet first? I will see you at the next video.